I'm probably gonna have to sit out qualifying. I got something to do.
Oh dear.
Better stuff in the back, in my opinion.
Invite Doozy just in case.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll meet you time for the benefit.
It's fine. Oh, we're live.
Oh, we're live.
We're live.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
we're
can
live.
get done for copyright.
Evening, everyone, and welcome to FRL F1. Yes, this is James Head 14 speaking, doing the full introduction. I am driving, so I won't be commentating, so I'll hand over to GLZ Rodriguez.
Hi.
Yep.
If he is there. There he is.
I'm there. Yeah, hello and welcome to this evening's FRL race. I'll mute all these because my eardrums are bursting. Yeah, welcome along. I think it's only going to be me commentating for the majority of the race, so sorry about that one. Ain't got any doozy gaming in. This might be a positive, might be a negative. Depends on which way you take it. But yeah, we have no B League in TFRL, so we have James Head. He's competing in today's Russian Grand Prix for FRL, so we'll see how he does in the Ferrari, taking Blizzard's spot, who hasn't turned up for a race in about a century. But yeah, it's the Russian Grand Prix. And it says it's his Christmas present, so yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone. In 3 days, no, 2 days, 3 days, definitely 3 days. But yeah, this is the last FRL race before Christmas, and I think before the new year, so Russia ending off the year strong. Hopefully we get an exciting, action-packed, thrill-riding race. But it's FRL, anything can happen. Crashes, first corner. We saw in F2 there was a bit of contact between two Toro Rossos. So hopefully, well not hopefully, but maybe there'll be a bit of action at the start of the race with a quick right-hander on the first turn. I'm searching for a Red Bull. But yeah, we're heading into qualifying now. I'm going to take you through the standings as they stand from Singapore, whose surface... Well done to that man. Dominated Singapore last time out. Great win for him. He is now, I think, third in the championship or second. So yeah, I'll take you through the standings right now. Yeah, so Boseman, the F2 driver slash F1 driver, currently leads the F1 championship with 141 points from a third place in Singapore. Surface is got 2 wins on the trot. Can Surface make it 3 wins on the trot here in Russia, and is currently in second place with 138, only 3 points behind the leader Ballboy in third place, 131. That's your top 3, with Blizzard now dropping out the top 3 and Kazizzle following closely behind. It's about 12-point gap between Kazizzle and the top 3, so Kazizzle's got a bit of catching to do. I don't think he's in. Oh, he is. Kazizzle is in today's lobby as the 2 Red Bulls go out very quickly. 3 Red Bulls. What happened there? But yeah, so then KB Killer Zone going in at 6th, quite far behind, not even in the hundreds. And Techni Gaming, Felix, Punisher, and Bass round off the top 10. They're like the main competitors. And Silas has retired. He ain't happy. I think he might have a qualifying ban or something. I have no idea. My man dipped. So Russia, we're seeing some split strategy, hyper soft, ultra soft, and I think the super soft tyres are on option here today. Can't we start? So hopefully we see Boseman trying to set his fast stuff on the ultras. So is James Head on the ultras. Looks like everyone else is opting for the hypers. So we see how the 2 ultra soft runners do. Maybe they won't be fast enough to keep up with the hypers. Hypersoft's damn quick around any track if they don't overheat. So 2 Red Bulls on us. I think Boseman was the first man out, so we'll stay on board with him. But the man who leads the championship leader, first in F1, second in F2. See, if he wins the F1 championship and comes second in F2, That'd be a weird story, you don't think? And there's two Red Bulls get very close to each other, Caracal and Boastman. Caracal might want to back off to get some clean air. Don't know what he's doing as Boastman now goes around the final corner and set his lap. Bit of a oversteering moment, but is off and running down into turn 1, technically not a turn. But first heavy braking zone of the lap in turn 2 as the Sauber just comes outside the pits. Super easy to cut the first 2 corners, and then it's a long 180 degrees left-hander, which puts the right front under a lot of pressure, and the Sauber might get in the way of Boastman, but I think he'll get... No, he doesn't. The Sauber sticks it right on the racing line, and whoever saw it might be Geronimo. It is Geronimo getting in the way of Boastman, and I think that's Boastman's lap compromise. If he might still go for it on the ultras, I think that might be a lap time invalidated. He went a bit wide. Caracam now. Is he going to get impeded by the Sauber? It looks like he is. The Sauber just does not want to move out anyone's way. That might be some penalties coming the Sauber's way. He impeded both Red Bulls' lap, but Caracam will carry on, same as Boastman, hopefully. He's got an overtake. He's finishing his lap off. DRS wide open into the left heavy braking zone. Want to keep the car straight as possible. And then the weight transfer into a small chicane. Uphill braking here. Blind apex from the cockpit. Make sure not to hit the outside walls. A bit sticks out there. He's got it all good. Coming into the fast last 2 corners. This quick right hander. Easy to track extend. Easy to cut. And another quick right hander. Comes across the line. Short run to the line. It's 1:31.4 from Boastman. What can Caracam do? And he's gone into the pits. So Caracam not completing his lap. Who's next out? Punisher. Coming around the final few corners as Felix goes faster by 4 tenths. That's a 1:31 flat. Punisher can't beat Boastman's time with 1:31.45, I mean. And Pelagor goes with a 1:31.2 up into second place. James Head setting the pace on the ultras with 1:31.6. Bullboy a 1:31.6 on the hypers. Coulson coming in with a 1:34.7. It's Crocodile Bill coming now around the final sector in the Williams. I think he's starting his lap. Rock already also starting his lap. Is Damon starting his lap? He's already on his lap. So on board with Jack Meyer going into the final sector. DRS wide open. Only 2 DRS zones, of course, here. As we're now going to read some comments. Evening Unseen. My quality predictions. Surface, Caracam and Boastman. That's some strong quality predictions. I mean, Kazizzle could be up there also. As he goes, he's gone with a 1:30.2. 3 tenths faster than Surface. Damn. That's a good lap as we're watching Jack Meyer come round the final corners now. We're going to do gap to lead, a 3/10 advantage because this has got, and James Meyer goes 10th fastest on the soft compound tyre. That's a... This guy's gone 10 seconds faster. Rapid pace. Rocco Reggie going off really wide there. It's Geronimo coming around the final few corners now. Bit of a lock up into the final corner. Get off the track, but keeps the lap. He's on the soft compound tyre. Jack Meyer and Geronimo on the softs. Don't know if you're gonna 10th and 12th with about 6 cars haven't set a lap yet. It doesn't look too good. That's Crocodile Bill now coming in the final sector in his Williams, trying to set the fastest lap he can possibly do. Start of the session, so not everyone's going full out. Bit deep into there. It's going to make the next corner a lot tighter going into the final 2 right-handers. Nice and steady as he goes through Crocodile Bill. What time's he going to set? And he's off and he's hit the wall, but he goes 10th fastest. Oh my god. Goes over the line in style. How did he not lose a wing? But he goes 10th fastest, and Rocco Reggie goes 11th fastest. 1.6 seconds off the pace, so there's a bit 1.5 second spread until you get to these guys, which are 4 seconds off. Damien is going 3 seconds faster. Oh, he's 8 seconds off the pace. 1:32, so that's 2 seconds. Damien ain't going too strong right now. AIG getting caught up in a bit of traffic in his McLaren. He's on the ultras. He's on his outlap. No worries about that. Gennaro. Is Gennaro on his outlap? It's just set a lap. He's up in 3rd. Good lap from Gennaro there. 6 tenths off the pace because this was still in P provisional pole. Bit of Red Bull. Crocodile Bill using the walls to his advantage, making sure he's not exceeding the track, letting the walls take him on the racing line. No, it's getting used to him. Got this guy. That's Rocco Reggie going really slow in the Williams. Damien looks to be on a lap, I think. And that's Crocodile Bill out the session. In sector 3. Damien's about to come into sector 3. It's probably just binned it in a wall, isn't he? I mean, he was using walls to guide his car, so it ain't the smartest idea. It isn't time trial around Monaco. But Crocodile Bill, that's his session over. Is that disqualified? He's down in 16th now. It must have been a disqualification for Crocodile Bill. I have no idea. But Felix is now on his out lap, warming up his tyres ready. He's currently sitting nice and dandy in P4, the F2 driver. 7 tenths off Kazizel's 130.2. Will we see a 129? Can Kazizel and Surface dip into the 29s? And can Felix challenge the top 3? I think he's in range for Gennaro, but will Surface be too far up the road for him to catch? I do not know. Pellegro as well. Boastman in 6th on the Ultras. Watch out for him in the late. I think he's on the lap, isn't he? Nope, he's not. Felix going along the 180 hard braking zone, using all the track in his Sauber. Make sure not to track extend. Can he challenge a bit wide? Everyone's going wide there. Is there no like penalties going on there? I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it. And sector 2, sector 3 got yellow flags, probably drivers letting other drivers past. As we are gonna hop on board now with Felix coming down into sector 3, heavy braking zone. Make sure not to clip the inside wall like Carlos Sainz did. Doesn't use it a lot. Gives the wall respect. Coming round into the final twisty part of the section lap. Nice little apex there. Don't run off far too wide. It's nice. Nice one, Felix. This could be a challenging lap, maybe. Hopefully it's not invalidated. But coming around the final corner, it's got to hit it. That's a 130.5. Puts him in 2nd place. 2 tenths off Kazizel. Kazizel warming up. Surface also getting ready to prepare his lap. Boastman should already be on his lap. And he is up in 6th place. Got a bit wide there, using all the track he can. He's now gone on to the hyper softs, I reckon. Yeah, he's on the hypers. So Boastman trying to go as fast as possible. I don't know, maybe the ultra soft strategy might work out. Maybe you should stay on them. Tyre wear isn't a big factor, but it might, later stages of the stint, could help him out. But he's coming into the final sector now, Boastman. See what he can achieve. Ballboy puts his car in 6th. Now 7th, because I think someone just went faster. Oh my god, what's this black shit on the screen? Boastman's now down in 8th place. Caracam just puts his car in 2nd, 4 thousandths off Kazizel. And that's very close, and Boastman's peeling into the pits to even complete his lap. We're going to hop on board with Kazizel. I think he's further up the road than Surface. Is not. Surface is going a 10th faster on his 3/10th lap. Not a bit of a lock up from the Renault driver. Championship contender of course. Still in it. Ballboy also a championship contender. The championship contender is 4th, 7th and 8th. Not in the top 3. But Surface, as we saw on the 2nd sector split, 1/10th up. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 30.0. That's provisional pole for the main man in the Renault. 2 tenths faster than Kazizel and Caracam. That's a 5/10 improvement from his last lap. I want to see what Punisher can do. Jack Myers had enough. He's left the party and he's left the session. Sorry about that. So we're watching Gennaro coming around the 100. He's on an out lap. Don't even worry about that. It's Punisher on a lap. Looks like he's pushing his car up in the high RSs. 29s are definitely possible. Boseman did a 29 in practice a few days ago. A few days before F2 race. Surface on the brink of hitting in the 29s. Because it's all surface Punisher. We're on board with Punisher now. Your prediction for third is currently sitting in 5th. Is that Damien? Damien just puts his car in 4th. So now Punisher's down in 6th. But he's on a lap, I think. Hopefully. Ah, and he's coming into the pits. Bro. So now it's out. And everyone's looks like they're going back in the pits. Is AIG going to set a lap? Or what about Wildload Billy? So that's a 1:33. 3 seconds off the pace. F3 driver, of course. So we're not going to see any pole position laps from him. Maybe we will. Maybe he'll surprise us, but doubt it. Doubt in my head. Gennaro, everyone's in the pit, so as it stands, Surface is provisional pole with 4 minutes left in the session. Kazizel in second, who has just gone out. James Head has retired from the session in 11th place. He on the ultras. Don't know why he's done that. But yeah, Kazizel in second place. Karakam rounding off the top 3 on third. 3 favourite drivers, it seems. Surface, Kazizel and Karakam for pole position. Damien in 4th, Felix in 5th, Punisher in 6th. So top quality drivers. Damien, great driver himself, up in 4th. But Boseman, story of qualifying for now, down in 10th. The championship leader can't seem to get a lap together at the moment. And then outside the top 10, James Head is retired. Bullboy is in 9th. Carlson down in 14th. Jack Myers left the session. Don't know if he's joining back. We shall see. But as we now watch Damien as he starts his lap. Damien Losity. 4 attempts off the pace at the moment. Can he improve on that and maybe try go for pole? Maybe hit the 129s. Nice slight lock up into the first corner, which shouldn't affect him too much. Nice launch, and is now onto the 180 degrees corner. Long left-hander. It's basically just a straight. Fuming. Coming now at the end of the first sector is 6 attempts off and is completely backed off. Not a good first sector from him. Karakam now starts his flying lap. Probably his last flying lap of the Russian qualifying. What can he do from third place? 2 attempts off Surface's lap. Can he dip into the 129s? I reckon he can. No mistakes. Ooh, bit of oversteer from the Red Bull driver there, but now is setting on for the 180 degree corner. There's yellow flags, but we'll ignore them for now as Karakam's on his lap. Trying to go for pole position. I think he got pole in F2. So yeah, he should be good for this, as F2 is basically superior to F1, 100%. Going very wide on the exit there. Everyone seems to go wide there. Fast left-hander going on to the second DRS zone now. Want to get the best possible exit. Don't run too wide onto the curb, and it will affect you down the DRS straight. But now all focus on the braking zone. I need to see where the co-commentators are. That's what I need to do. breaking news, I am back, and yeah, my co-commentator is not joining us today. Yeah. Sorry I wasn't there at the end of qualifying. Surface did set a 129.6 and blew the whole field away. 6 tenths faster than anyone. Carragher did drop into the 129s, but I think it got invalidated. And Mads on back. And yeah, what did happen to Carragher's time? I have no clue. It must have got invalidated. But don't worry, Mads on back, bro. So Surface puts it on pole once again in F1. As the lights go out. 5 red lights, gonna get a delay. Nice little camera angle, there we go, better when there's lights out, and away we go here in Russia, Vodka Town, and Surface looks like it's got a good start, but Kaziza will tip into the slipstream, and he's going to go try to go down the inside. He has. It looks like we're all clean in the background, but Surface is defending his position. It's going to go 3 wide between the top 3, and who's going to come out on top? It looks like the Red Bull's gone off track, and Surface has kept his position from Carragher, but Carragher keeps it in front. I mean, Kazizel and Carragher is now the leader of the race, maybe an illegal overtake from the man, but it looks like Damien got off to a good start as well as Geronimo, and there's people dropping back in the field. Felix dropped down, Pedigur getting up, Boseman is now down in 10th, I think starting in 10th though. Crocodile Bill making positions, Bulba is literally dropping down the field. He started 9th, he's now down in 13th. And it looks like Felix is under pressure from Punisher as he pushes him off the track. Felix and Punisher going wheel to wheel. It looks like Punisher slots in behind Felix for now. And Rocco making moves in the background as well in his Williams ahead of Crocodile Bill. As we now put our focus back on the front. Surface 3 tenths behind in the slipstream of Carragher. Can he make a move going into sector 3? I don't think he can. It's not close enough on this occasion. But what a start. 3 wide between the top 3 drivers. And that was very close. They had to go off track. We don't know if Carragher's got a penalty, but Felix picks up a 3-second time penalty very early on in the race. And he's battling with Geronimo and Punisher. I think he's ahead, is he? He is. Geronimo on a 1 bar. Good to see that. And I think Geronimo's dropped to the back of the field. Don't know what's happened to him. But Surface right on the back of Carragher as he sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's going to tuck into the slipstream. I think he'll be close enough for maybe a move down into turn 1. Can Kazizel get involved as well as in the slipstream right now? Carragher defends the inside line. Surface will opt for the outside. He might try to switch back. Carragher with a bit of a lockup. And there comes Kazizel storming through. And that's Surface down 2 positions. Can Kazizel make a position up in the slipstream as well on the 180? And I don't think he can. But Kazizel opts for the quick dash down the inside and takes advantage of Surface's mistake into turn 1. Getting blocked off by Carragher. And that puts Kazizel up into P2. Put these on so people know what tyres is everyone on, because I forgot to do it at the start. So top 10 on Ultras, Boseman on the Ultras and Rocco. So now Kazizel is under a lot of pressure from the Surface. It looks like Surface is the fastest driver out of these 3 at the moment. Damien in the background as well, still in the fight, but Surface is so close, right behind Kazizel. Is he going to try and make a move? I reckon he will. Maybe up for the outside line. It looks like Kazizel's defending the inside. He's going to try around the outside, try to switch back on him. And Kazizel defends for another day into sector 3. And Carragher now, from these 2 fighting, might start to get a lead. Damon coming in, Felix dropping off a bit. X-Spirit has left. Don't know where he's gone. But it looks like Bullboy is pitted. That's why he's down in 18th. And Surface is looking to pounce on Kazizel and Carragher after an atrocious start for him. Kazizel sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but they all tuck into each other's slipstream. DRS enabled for this lap. Carragher trying to break the slipstream, but looks like Kazizel will be looking for a move as they dart to the inside. It looks like it's going to go down the inside, a huge lockup, and Carragher will take the line. There's a bit of contact between the 2 race leaders, and Surface will be looking to push on this. And I don't think he can, no. Carragher loses the position. And Kazizel, that's him in P1. And a bit more contact as they hit the back of each other. Nose to tail here with the top 3. Very close between all the top 3. Inches, not even that. Millimetres in between these. And Surface still in P3. Can he get past Carragher? No, but Kazizel now leads the race. Geronimo is just retired. Might bring out a safety car. No, don't think it will. And Damien is still on the back of this. Carragher all over the place. I think they've all got their wings. Next DRS zone now. Carragher's tyres look to be overheating a bit. He ain't getting the best of X's. Surface in the slip. Can Kazizel keep his race lead from Carragher, who looks to be gaining? Is gaining. into the third. I don't know what turn this is, not gonna lie. And it looks like he's defended his position. Kazizul locked up there, feeling the pressure from the fucking top 4. Looks like the whole of the top 6, 7 are in a train. This is amazing. Caricam now, only 2 tenths behind going into the final sector. We'll be sure to have DRS Surface getting a bit too close and personal with the gearbox of the Red Bull as they start lap number 4 of the Russian Grand Prix. The top 4 separated by about 1 second. Billy gets a penalty, but Caricam mount a move into turn 1. Can Surface mount a move? Surfer looks to be the closer driver now as he goes. Now Caricam can't make it. Damien looking for a move in the background as well. He's trying to get involved in the Haas. Felix not too far behind. And the top 3 still stay in line and Cern. Boastman up into 8th from the Ultra Softs. We'll see him come into his own at the end of the stint. Around lap maybe 10. Lap 8. But Crocodile Bill, that's his race over. We've lost 3 drivers already, but majority of the drivers are still in it, which is surprising. But the top 3 separated by about 1 point. Oh, there's a X-Spirit in the wall there. Surface making a move in an unexpected position. Can he make the move? No, he can't. Looks like Caricam got a bad exit. Surface tried to go, but it looks like Damien. See, Surface got a bit of oversteer, snapper oversteer there. Can Damien mount a move? I don't think he's got enough straight line speed to mount a move. James is retired. Maybe he can commentate, you know. And Surface is really close behind Caricam. And he's going to try and make a move. He's getting held up loads by these. Because this was still in the lead, but it's a 5-man train going into lap 4. And it looks like Surface has made a mistake. Can Damien opt to go? And that's a bit. Felix hits the back of Damien. Might be wing damage. I don't think it is. But super close between top 5 right now. They're about 1.5 seconds apart. And in the slipstream now, Caricam. Can he mount a move on Kazizul? Surface dropped back a bit. I don't think he'll be close enough, but Damien might be close enough. Caricam's in the slipstream. Kazizul moves to the inside. Can he do it around the outside? Oh, very aggressive from Kazizul, but he tries to switch, man. Looks like Caricam will have the momentum going into turn 4. And Kazizul has got the inside line low, so we'll push him off wide. And he'll have to tuck back in. But can he make a darting move? He does! Caricam down the inside of the darting move, but Kazizul defends it. And Damien, while that was happening, got past Surface for 3rd place. And Surface has gone from 1st to 4th in 5 laps. Not a great start from him, but Caricam still mounting an attack on Kazizul. Nearly darted it down the inside, but not close enough. And Kazizul still leads this race with the top 5, only separated by about 2 seconds now. And they're all super close. And Surface looks like he's now under pressure from Felix as the top 3. Damien could be leading this race by the end of this lap. Can Caricam mount a move into sector 3? Rocco Reggie has just been overtaken, but can Caricam, he's going to try it round the outside. He's locked up a tiny bit, and I don't think he'll get the move done. Surface has lost it, and Felix will be going on that. Is Felix round the outside of Surface, going into the final sector in the blind, and he's got him. Felix gets round, swoops round, but Felix is locked up, and Surface will take that position back, and looks like Caricam is now trying it round the outside of Kazizul. Can he do it? No, he can't. Kazizul lives another day, but DRS zone coming up, and looks like Felix is Boastman now. Boastman's out of nowhere. Where's Surface gone? Surface is in the pits. Surface in the pits, and Boastman's up into 5th. So Surface pitted. Felix gains 4th place. And can Damien now get close enough? No, he can't. Caricam was the closest man there. And Caricam and Kazizul, it's a handful to say, not gonna lie. So, Surface in the pits. Will this trigger? He's on the Ultra Softs. He's going to try go for the undercut. Will this trigger the top 5? Not Boastman, because Boastman's on the Ultras. They all might come into the pits soon. They might spread out the field, unfortunately. But yeah, Boastman looking super close to the back of Felix. He's got the grip. Maybe a strategic mastermind staying on the Ultras. Not going faster on the Hypers. He could have challenged for pole on the Hypers, but he opted to qualify on the Ultras. And maybe he's up into 5th place at this moment in time. And Surface has got good clean air. But as we move to Damien, Damien is pouncing in this race. He's closest to Caricam. And can he mount a move? No, he can't. Top 3 super close. It's Geronimo leaves the session. For the top 3, Kazizul still leads this Grand Prix from the overtake in lap 3, I think it was. And Karakam still in second. Damien unexpectedly in third, to be honest. Doing pretty well for himself. No one goes into the pits. Anyone behind? Felix stays out. Boastman stays out. So does Rocco Reggie. So Surface, the earliest pitter out of everyone right now. And can anyone make a move? All tucking in the slipstream. Karakam's obviously got slipstream, which will mean he's a bit faster than Kazizel. And it's like a placebo effect. I don't even know if I said that word right. But Karakam not close enough into turn 2. But can he get close enough? You saw he went for a darting move earlier, and it looks like he might be close enough, but nah, he's not. And Kazizel still leads this Grand Prix, and Felix is now dropping off the pace. So is Boastman. So the field is starting to spread out. We'll look at Surface's gap. Surface has got some clean air. Sadio can tell me the pit stop lost time. That'd be insane information. In every corner, oversteer. The train up front is playing into Boastman's tyre strategy. Well, yeah, now he's only up into 5th, and he's only, what, 5/10, like, a second off the top foot. He's right there. It's super close. Can Damien mount a move on the Red Bull? Looks like he's the closest man to do so. No, he can't, Damien. That's a lock-up from Kazizel. Goes a bit deep, but I think he's alright. He does. He keeps P1. And Boastman is just a fight. He's biding his time with Felix. Can't find a way past the Sauber driver. And the more these go on, the earlier Surface is pitted. And it looks like, is that Kazizel in the pits? Yeah, Kazizel is pitted. And Karagam goes wide, and this might be lead Damien. That's a 5-second stop go for Cornico and for Kazizel. I mean, he's just coming in the pits. I don't know, we'll have to look at that. But Damien now, he might be opting for an overtake on Karagam going into turn 2. Can he make it happen? He's going to opt to the inside line. Nah, he's not close enough. I don't think Boastman's close enough in the background either. He's not. And it's now Kazizel versus Surface. Surface is the fastest lap of the Grand Prix for 1:34.6. And there's Kazizel coming out of the pits, and it's an easy undercut for Surface. Both on the ultra soft tyres. 2 laps younger tyres for Kazizel, but he got a 5-second stop go. Not a stop go, it's a 5-second penalty for corner cone. So I reckon I'll have to look into that, because he might have just peeled into the pits and then got a corner cut for no reason. But Billy's DNF'd. What's happened to him? Man, my throat. So, going into the second DRS zone now, Damien only 2/10 off the lead of Karakam. Can he make a move going into sector 3? Is he close enough? I think Karakam's got the straight line speed. Will he make a dive move down the inside? He doesn't, but Karakam locks up a bit, and that's made him go wide. Damien might look around the outside, and he doesn't. Karakam gets the move defended. A bit of contact between Felix and Damien. Felix now out of nowhere trying it down the inside, and this is playing well into Boastman's hands. He's only about 3/10 off the lead, and is anyone going to come into the pits? No, the top 4 now. There's a bit of front wing flying off from someone's car. Might have been from Felix, as it looks black, but now they all tuck into the slipstream of each other, going down into turn 2. Damien, the closest man to make a move, as he opts to the outside line. Felix might as well. He might opt to the inside line, and it looks like Damien takes it round the outside instantly, and it looks like Karakam might have locked up there, but Damien takes the lead of the Grand Prix. And can Felix mount a move on Karakam going into turn 5? He's not close enough, and Boastman right behind Karakam's teammate. All these are fighting, and this is helping Surface loads with the undercut. He got a 4-second undercut to Kazizel. So the undercut we know works, and Felix looking for a move down the inside. It's very close between him and Karakam. A bit of contact, but Boastman now, as Karakam goes off track, can Boastman find a move down the inside? No, he can't. Boastman has to wait another day, but that's Felix up into P2, and Damien leads the train now. But Boastman, he has a bit of contact between the 2 Red Bulls, and Boastman moves up into P3. James Head leaves the pie. His Christmas present wasn't as expected. DNF'd early on in the race, unfortunate for him. But Boastman up into P3 now. Karakam dropping down the order in P4, and Surface only 15 seconds off the lead now. Damn. And looks like 2 drivers in the pits, 3 drivers in the pits. Everyone's coming in the pits. And this will promote Boastman to the lead of the race. But now we've got to look out for Surface. As Surface done wonders with this undercut. Is on 3 lap older ultras, which will play effect later in the stint. But Surface in his early stint, lap 10. I said around lap 10 Boastman will be at an advantage. And it looks like, I think Damien got held up and Felix, nah, he's not, it's just later in the pits. And Surface does indeed take, and we've got to watch out for Kazizel as well. Kazizel might be jumping all these, and he does. Undercut playing wonders. There's AIG in the middle of all this also. So Surface in net race lead of this race as pit stops go. Boastman still yet to pit. He'll have a lot fresher tyres at the end. Felix comes out behind Damien, followed by Karakam, just ahead of Peligor, and Silas rounds out the top 10 with Ballboy 42 seconds off Gennaro. I don't know what's happened to Ballboy, but he is miles off the pace. And AIG now playing a part in this top 5 battle, is now defending around the outside, and Damien moves to the inside, and it looks like Felix is opting for a quick little overtake as well. They've got so much more grip than AIG. And Karakam will be looking, and Karakam makes contact with the McLaren. And that might be a bit of wing damage as the McLaren loses his rear end. And the McLaren spun. AIG has hit the barriers and has gone round for a spin. Sebastian Vettel and Peliger had to make a quick dart and move. But can Felix? Nah, he can't. Damien defends his position for P5. But that might hurt Karakam. Yeah, Karakam's front right wing. There is no front wing right wing. So Karakam's race isn't looking too good right now with that contact with the Williams. Not Williams. McLaren, and Karakam's coming in the pits. This is not what he wanted. I think he'll go on the soft compound tyre or another set of ultras. But that, and he's retired. He saw his race is over, and that's Karakam out of this race with contact with the back of a McLaren, losing half his wing. And then he said he isn't going to have a chance to win this race. He's going to retire in the pits. A shame. He was right in the mix of the top battle, and now he's out of the race. But Felix looking super close to the rear gearbox, and he's going to make a dive move to the inside. He does, and Damien breaks late enough, and Damien defends his P5 position for now, as Felix is looking the stronger driver out of these two. And Damien looked really strong in the early stages of this race, passing all the top runners out of nowhere. So it stands right now. This is the top 5. Boastman, Rocco, Surface, Kazizel, Damien, Felix. And then 6 seconds back is Peligor, with who Silas is driving very closely behind. Can Silas mount a move on Peligor? He's on the fresher compound and the faster tyre. So Silas in the Toro Rosso, looking to get this 7th place here in Russia. Looks to the outside line, which will turn to the inside for the corner. It looks like it's going to be a sweeping move, and he takes the apex. And that's Silas up into P7 ahead of Peligor. As the field now spreads out, Boastman still leads this race by 4 seconds, and 14 seconds to Surface, who is technically in P1. What's happened with Ballboy? I don't know, he's 109 off the pace. He is racing, isn't he? No. I don't know, like, he just doesn't turn. That car just does not turn. Just riding bored with him. What's wrong with Ballboy? 1 minute off AIG. I know, it's pitted. Boastman leads. Surface now gaining on these. Kazizel is making inroads on Surface. It's on 2 lap fresher ultras. Damien, Felix very close together. Still, I think Damien and Felix might have a chance of winning the race. Let's discuss about that. I think that's, I don't know, I forgot who you are. Is that your bomb planter? I know you are, bomb planter. Bomb planter, mate. The first half of this race, outstanding, mate. Top 5 separated by less than a second. It's insane. as Ballboy lets Damien and Felix go. James Head regarding his DRS, lost the car going through the double left-hander and pushed the car too much, went into the wall. Ballboy has kept losing the car at turn 3. Okay. So what turn is that? Are we counting like the little kink, or I don't know. Maybe it's a setup, maybe he's running too much ballast. Maybe he's running a bit too much ballast. You should do more races, James. Well, hopefully next season he will be. So Felix now, right behind Damien. Still, can't find a way past the early... Damien would have, I think, was the fastest man on track in the early stages of this race. But it looks like Kazizel is now making huge inroads on surface. I think he gained a second in the last 2 laps. So surface is feeling the pressure from behind now. Kazizel finding his rhythm. First left-hander after the first 2 corners. Ah, okay. I'll be sticking myself to commentary for now. Stick out what you're good at, James. Maybe you can hop in the commentary box right now. Cause I'm knackered. But Felix 5 cents behind Damien. And Kazizel now losing time to surface out in front. When are Rocco and Boseman going to appear? That's the real question. They're running quite far into this race. 12 laps as Rocco gets a penalty. Felix still yet to try and make a move on Damien. He seems to be gaining time in the corners, but Damien is just leaving him on the straights. Can't make a move, but even with DRS. So yeah, now the top 6, they're quite far apart now, unfortunately. Kind of fuming about that one. About 10 seconds between them. Yeah, more than that, about 15 seconds between them. So Boseman, I think, will rejoin in 6th place if he pits. Now in 5th place when he pits, when Rocco pits as well. But will Surface have to pit again? It depends how long Boseman goes on his ultras. But Surface is already on a lap old ultras. He pitted super early, and that's given Kazizel the upper hand in their little scrap for P3. And Felix isn't making much inroads. There's a McLaren ghosting of AIG. And that might be why Ballboy is gaining so much time. So watch Ballboy. See how he's doing. There, nice setup. I reckon top 2 will pit around lap 17. Lap 17. It's in a few laps time, about 3 laps. Hopefully we'll see it, but Ballboy really can't keep his car in a straight line. So we're going to start watching that because it's kind of annoying me. So, Felix onto another DRS zone. Still behind Damien. Can't find a way past the Haas driver. Super close? Nah, no chance. Felix ain't going to get past. He's stuck in the dirty air. Tyres must be overheating by now. So Boseman still leads the Grand Prix in 1st. Rocco Reggie, young man himself, in 2nd. Kazizel, probably the youngest man out of this lobby, I think, in 4th. And he's closing in on surface again. He's got within 1.1 seconds. Gaining a few temps every lap. But as soon as you get within that 1.1 seconds, you start just losing that little bit of grip. And that could mean everything around here in Russia. Such a high-speed circuit, I reckon, I think. So many, like, mid-gear corners. Gear 4, Gear 5 corners. Strain on the rear. Silas gets a penalty. Down in 7th. Punisher. Pretty close to Pelagor. I think them two might be squabbling, I don't know. But it looks like Felix is still behind Damien. Kazizel still making inroads on Surface. Surface making inroads on Rocco. So this might be the reason Kazizel's making inroads on Surface. Rocco Reggie might be holding these up. I mean, if a safety car comes out right this second, I think Boseman will win this race. How old is Kazizo? I think he's 13 or 14. I don't know. But it looks like Surface, yeah, he's made a move on Rocco. I thought this was Felix, but it's not. Going down the inside of Rocco, turn to the outside. It looks like Rocco's defending it and pushes Surface off the track a bit. Surface has lost it. He's collided with the wall a tiny bit. And that puts Kazizzle, he's going to dive down the inside, and Kazizzle makes the move stick. What a move from Kazizzle. Nice little dive there. With a great defensive battle between them three and Rocco. And Rocco defends his second place. Surface loses out to Kazizzle. And it just hasn't been Surface's day with these overtakes at the moment. He didn't have a great start. Kazizzle's already ahead of him. But can Kazizzle get past Rocco? The 15 lap old Ultra Softs. They must be hurting. I don't think he can. Not maybe in the second DRS zone, but Felix looks like he's gaining on Damien, not too close. But Damien's now only 1.5 seconds behind this little train that Rocco has caused. It looks like the top 5 are getting all close and personal again. I'm almost 12. Oh, there you go. Proud achievement. Oh, Kazizzle getting a huge tank slapper while overtaking Rocco, and he's got past him. Can Surface get past him this time around, as Felix has left the session? Oh no. But look, can Surface get past? He's going to go make a move down the inside. Not close enough on this time around, as Rocco makes a lockup, and this demands Surface down the inside of this corner. Can he get it right this time? And I think Rocco has run out of grip on his tyres, and that's Surface up into P3. Damien now on the back of this fight. He's on the youngest tyres of them all. 7 lap old Ultras. Felix was on even younger, but he's disconnected unfortunately. So can Damien get past Rocco in quick succession? As he gets another penalty. That's the second penalty I've seen from Rocco Reggie. And it's just a bus round these corners. Is that like his realistic cars on? Because that looks like a real Williams. So Damien moves to the outside line, which will turn to the inside for the corner, and is already past him before the apex even occurs. It looks like Rocco wanted a little dive down the inside there. Bit of a fighting talk from him, but he hasn't got enough grip in them tyres, and he'll be looking to pit soon. Felix has rejoined in 6th, didn't lose a position, so at least that's alright, but he's now 10.8 seconds off the pace, and Rocco Reggie coming into the pits now, after getting overtaken by all the top guys, but making the top flight a lot closer than it was. Boseman's also into the pits, didn't even see that. Boseman in the pits. I reckon he'll come out around, I don't know. Oh, Felix is disconnected again. Can't get in his car, so I reckon he'll come out in front of Felix. Just behind him, but Felix is ghosting, so he won't have to worry about getting overtaken. You was 14 the other day. Well, we've got some fake ages in the chat. Not happy about that. So Boseman now on the fastest tyre. Only what? He's about, what, 15 seconds off the top 3. Just by, he's got jumped by Silas. So Boseman will be looking for 4th. I think, yeah, Felix is back. And he's just got a penalty. Boseman just got a penalty, so maybe his strategy's not playing out as expected. Because it's down in 6th. Just behind Silas. Kazizzle gets Kazizzle gets a penalty. That could be huge, because we know Surface hardly gets any penalties. This man knows how to keep a car on the track, and it looks like the top 3 are super close and personal once again. Damien though got the upper advantage against all these drivers. He's on the fresher tyres out of all of them, and I think that's showing right now in front of Surface, because Surface is getting caught up loads. Fuck. 9-hour shift at work, by the way, so I'm absolutely knackered. So, in the long left-hander, can Damien get close enough to make a move? On surface, he's not close enough this time around. Boseman getting past Felix in quick succession, he's already passed him. That's Boseman up into P4. And I think that's where he's going to stay, unless there's a safety car. So we've got 12 runners left. AIG and Ballboy are a lap down. The top 3 are quite a way ahead of the rest of the pack, to be honest. About 16 seconds. Now Damien is super close to Surface. Surface hasn't got DRS, so Damien will be looking for a move now as he goes down the inside, which turns to the inside. Yeah, it does, which I meant. Yeah, you know what I meant. And that's Damien up into P2. And now his next opponent up ahead is Kazizzle, and that's for the race lead. Boseman gets another penalty. That's 2 penalties in 2 laps. How many corners did you cut? I think that's Ballboy at the back of his pack, it is. Don't know what he's doing. But Damien up into P2. I reckon Damien could win this race. I said it earlier on. But he's got 2 lap pressure tyres, and if he can keep up with Kazizzle by the end of the race, I reckon he'll get past. I want some sleep for Christmas. Ballboy gets a penalty in 12th. Been a very quiet race and not a good race for him. Heard from James, he just kept losing the car in turn 3. Turn 4, turn 3, he knows. But Damien now dropping outside DRS range of Kazizzle. Rocco Reggie making a move on Penagor. We're going to stick with this battle up top. Can Damien find a way? Will he get the race victory by the end of lap 27? I think it's just a perfect time to look at penalties. That's what I reckon. So Kazizzle, how many penalties? He's got one. He's got a 3-second penalty and a 5. He had a stop go. Has he served the stop go? He's only pitted once, so I don't think he's even served the stop go. So he's got quite a lot of penalties. Damien, no penalties. And Surface, no penalties. And that's Boseman with 2 penalties, and that's the top 4 for you. So Kazizzle has got 8 seconds worth of penalties, I believe. Damien's got 0 seconds. Surface got 0 seconds. Boseman's got 6 seconds. So if it stays like this, but Damien will win the race and Surface will come second. But I think Damien wants to overtake Kazizzle on track, as he's looking to now. He makes a dummy down the inside, but not close enough on this time around. But it seems to be getting closer. It is within 2 tenths of Kazizzle come from the long left-hander, and he might make a dive move down the inside. He does not. And he's got a better exit there. Kazizzle defends the inside line. Damien might be looking down the outside. He'll try the cutback as Kazizzle makes a lock-up. He'll try the better exit. He does not get it. And I think he'll have to wait till the next DRS zone. But he looks to the outside. And he can't do it there. It's just not worth it. Not worth the risk. You've got a race win in your pocket. I think this will be his first race win of the season, if Damien can pull this off. Going to the second DRS zone now. He is so close. He's surely close enough to Kazizzle. Kazizzle using all his ERS. Damien now pulling up into overtake. He's going to move to the inside, return to the outside for the corner. Can he get it done before the corner? Kazizzle late on the brakes. Huge lockup from Kazizzle. And he's gone off track. They've both gone off track. And that might be a legal defensive move from Kazizzle. But he keeps the move for now. And he's kept the move in the whole of Sector 3. Kazizzle keeps the race lead. But that was a late dive on the brakes from the Mercedes driver to defend from the Haas. And we've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. And that's Ballboy. Spinning round, and there's a virtual safety car, and Damien's lost the wing. Oh no. Damien's lost half his wing. And that might be the race victory out the window. He's gone to, what is he doing? Damien's gone to fuck. He's got to take him out. That's a 5-second stop-go penalty for Damien. What has he done? Oh, Gennara's got a 3-second time for fly through, and Damien's thrown his race win out the window. He's not happy with Kazizel. He's going to try and make a move, and I don't know, like, it's just a bit of contact there. And now it looks that Surface will be taking home this win, because that's a huge amount of penalties for the top two. And I don't know, Damien, man. A bit hot-headed under the cockpit, under the helmet. And now Surface on the back of these two, on the 16-lap-old Ultras. About 5 laps to go in this race. And this race was looking promising for Damien, and now it's all gone down the drain. So as penalties stand, this will be Surface's 4th win of the season and 3rd race win in a row. But he needs to find a way past Damien. He doesn't want Damien to hold him up for about 8 seconds worth of time. And he's fuming, he's going into the pits, he's weaving his wheel, and he knows that this could have been a race win. But now it's going to drop down, it's going to go down to 6th, maybe even 7th. Probably is going to be 7th. Maybe an 8th. Damien's race went from the best race to the worst race. Feels bad. He's retired. He doesn't even want to race anymore. That's Damien out in this race. I thought he was going to win it until the virtual safety car came out. But it's all over for him now. Surface 2.2 seconds behind Kazizel. We all know that he's got to stay within 3 or 5 seconds of Kazizel to get the race win. His 3rd race win in a row. And he'll be nursing them tyres home. Boseman now on the podium. I think as it stands, Surface and Boseman, what does it go? 25, 18, 15. Yeah, as it stands, Surface and Boseman will be joint first in the Drivers' Championship. I think. If Surface finishes second. If Surface finishes first and Boseman can get within 8 seconds, then I think, yeah, it would still be the same. Nah, Surface I think will be leading the championship right now. As it stands, I think because Kazizel's got so many penalties. That's why. But Pelligo and Silas go on wheel to wheel. Can Silas make this move done? It's on 14 lap ultras. And I think Silas has just been overtaken by Pelligo. So that's Pelligo up into 7th place. Every driver that finishes now will be in the top 10. On Surface, actually, just got a 3-second time penalty. That's the first penalty we've seen from him in a while. So, we know he had 2 warnings, but that's another penalty for Surface, going into the last 3 laps of this Grand Prix. And that means Kazizel might take this race win. Yeah, Ballboy is 11 seconds off AIG. And AIG ain't even racing. Come on, Ballboy, mate, you can catch AIG. There's a ghost. He just looks like he's skating on them tyres, but 2.6 seconds behind now is Surface. Ban him, Kazizel. Damon, you got your POV, mate? Because it's going to be an interesting one. Maybe maybe I was faster. Did he brake check you? I don't know. But Damien was looked to be the race winner of today's race until the virtual safety car came out because of Ballboy. Maybe you need to talk to Ballboy for bringing out the virtual safety car. That's the real question. But Surface is dropping behind, further behind Kazizel. Is now 3.1 seconds off. But I think that 5-second time penalty, we're going to look at the penalties again, because I'm still... Yeah, so he got a stop go, but he's only made one stop. So he'll have 8 seconds of penalties, and Surface has 3 seconds of penalties, so that makes it 5 seconds difference. So Kaziza's got to gain a 5-second advantage ahead of Surface if he wants to win this race. Boastman now, it's closing in. He's got quite a lot of penalties, so Felix might be on for a podium position if he hasn't got any penalties. I think Felix also has penalties. VSC came out on final corner because Zizzle would have slowed for Delta time. Just unsighted. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Virtual safety car came out. Oh, he knows, man. The closest battle on track is Punisher on Rocco, as the Ferrari gets out the way of these two battling. I think Rocco just got past Punisher. I don't know. I thought Rocco's been ahead of Punisher for quite a while. Punisher's found some extraordinary pace on these soft compound tyres, which are 20 laps old. But as we come to the penultimate lap of the Russian Grand Prix, thank God, and Pelago's got disqualified in 7th place, received multiple penalties. That's a shame. Bullboy is now in 10th place, and he could get AIG, who is just up the road. He's right there. So Bullboy could be scoring some points for his championship hopes, which we all know, I think they're out of contention now. So he's been wanting this overtake for ages. It was a minute off AIG, but now he's overtook him for 9th place, and Pelago's left. So as the penalty stands, yeah, brake test. We'll have to see if it was a purposeful brake test. Is this a Hamilton Vettel moment from Baku 2017? Because it looked like it. That's pretty insane. James thinks it's a racing incident. We'll have to see for POVs if Kaziza's got one. Because I think how much he braked, I don't know. But Kaziza using all up his EOS on the final lap of the Grand Prix. As penalties stand, I think Surface does take home the Russian Grand Prix win. Can Kaziza, though, gain 5 seconds ahead of Surface and prevent this free win streak from happening? He's won 2 races before. He's got pole, I think, in both of them as well. Hasn't been the best race for Surface. He's not been making too many overtakes. He's been falling back quite a lot. But from Damien and Kazizel's calamities under the VSC and Caracam with AIGK, the McLaren, this all came out in Surface's favour. And I don't think Kazizel's going to gain this 5 seconds. So that's a shame. Because Kazizel has been making movements in this race. I think he started second and now he's first. He had good battles at the start with the top 5. Top 5 were covered from less than 2 seconds. And there was a lot of touch and go with what was happening. A lot of contact between the top 5 drivers. That's the story of this race. The top 5 all fighting for 1 place, and that's the top spot of the podium. And I think Surface has won it on penalties, on keeping it clean, on not going too fast into the pit lane. Because this will finish the line first on track, but I think Surface will take home the win. No, he don't, because this will just take the win. Because this will wins here in Russia. Nice win from him. Boastman finishes home in 3rd, ahead of Felix in 4th. He comes home in 4th. Punisher, good race from Punisher in 5th. Rocco rounding out in 6th, and Punisher goes ahead of Felix because of the penalties. So that's a great race from Punisher on the soft tyres, lasting 22 laps. In 4th, Silas. Nice, he had good battles going on for 6th and 7th. Looks like them tyres are shot though. And they'll be coming across the line in 7th place. Gennaro in the Force India will be coming across the line in 8th. And Ballboy finishes 9th. After a very disappointing race for him, but because he was so far behind, he didn't get into any contact with any other drivers, and instead of just them, and he finished 9th. And Gennaro, he doesn't. I can't remember where he qualified, but he finishes in 8th, and thank God it's over. That's it, because there's a wins on penalties. I think he must have took that 5-second stop go then. Interesting. Yeah, he didn't get the 5-second stop go. So there you have it. Kazizel, the race winner in Russia, ends Surface's 2-win streak. Couldn't make it free. Boastman gets on the podium. So as it stands, Surface and Boastman will be joint leaders in the drivers' thingy standings. Punisher in 4th, didn't get any penalties. Well done from Punisher there, deserved that 4th place from 7th. And Felix from 6th, he disconnected halfway through. Rocco, great race from him from 14th, did the same strategy as Boastman, fought his way back up into 6th. Silas from 19th place, finishes in 7th, stayed out of trouble. Gennaro started 4th, so it ended up to be a very disappointing race for him. Ballboy, 5 stops that race, started where he finished. Not a good race, and AIG rounds out the top 10. Damien and Karakam are probably the biggest speaking points of this race, as Karakam was at the front at the start, lost his wing to a thingy, what's it called, a McLaren, and then just not good. I'm too tired to do interviews. Hopefully Ballboy could do interviews, please. Ballboy, what's up?
There we go. What a disaster.
What is that, man? Can you do interviews? That's the real question.
Yeah, although I won't be much use, but I'll do my best because thingy, I didn't see what happened.
Okay, I'll just do interviews then. Because I did a 9-hour shift at work today, so I'm not feeling the best.
Oh,
Like, I'm not up to it. I've had a few Red Bulls, but, very tired. So, yeah.
yeah. Well, for me, no excuses. Well, I don't know. We'll come on to that to me anyway.
So, the race leader already in the pie. So, Kazizel, mate, well done on your race win.
Cheers.
No problem, mate. Oh, yeah, by the way, how old are you?
13.
13. Okay, so I thought you were 14, but yeah, don't matter. So, great race win. Great battling at the start. Talk us through the first 10 laps of that Grand Prix.
Well, my start was pretty good. We went 3 wide into turn 1, which wasn't a good idea. But we came out and we survived. And then it was just, I was trying not to get front wing damage. Just trying to weave and duck between the cars. And then I got opening. And I went up the inside of surface. And then after that, I took the Red Bull. And after that, I just started defending a little bit. And then also the hypers overheat really easily. So at the same time, I was managing ERS, fuel, and also my tyres. So it was actually quite challenging.
Oh yeah, but you came out on top, and after the pit stops, you rejoined behind Surface. Did you serve the 5-second stop go, or did you even? Yeah, you did serve it. Yeah. So after that, the 5-second stop go. What were your hopes after the pit stops? Do you still think you could win the race?
I was like podium, and then all of a sudden I was gaining on the surface for like half a second to a second a lap. I was like, hold on, and then I came out in front of at the time the front pack, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna win this. Got within 2 seconds of surface, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna win this. And then surface made a little mistake, and then I just went up the inside, and then at that moment I was like, come on, I can do it. And then I got a 3-second time penalty, which dimmed my hopes. And then surface got one, which ended up getting me need a win.
Yep. It's a great win from you there, mate. And what do you have any idea what happened between you and Damien? Like,
Coming out of the last corner, I think I was like half second, a little bit over the VFC Delta.
yep.
So I can't remember if I braked or not. I wouldn't have gone hard on the brakes, but I lifted, and I think Damon's come out of the corner and gone full throttle, and then he just hit the back of me. I have footage of it, but I didn't brake check him. It will show
Okay.
in the footage as well.
Okay. So if you didn't break it, that's all good. But yeah, so congrats on the race victory. You ended Surface's race wins of 2. So congrats on that.
Yeah, that's it. Amazing sprint race.
So yeah, I think you're now 4th in the championship. So you're closing on the championship battle. So what's the next race? Is it USA? Isn't it? Oh, it's Japan. There we are. Japan. What are your hopes for Japan?
Going for it again, going for a win.
Go on. Confidence. I like it. Anyway, well done, mate.
Cheers. Guys.
And then in 2nd place, man, Surface. How you doing, buddy?
I'm fine.
How was your race? Talk us through the first 10 laps of that race, because it was very close, and you sort of went backwards at the start.
So basically, this setup it was really good in qualifying, but in the race it was absolutely horrible. Even though I did test it before the race and I thought it was alright, for some reason now that I came in the race, like, it was basically undrivable, like after 5 laps on the hard surface. So I just came in early, and that was probably a pretty good decision. But I mean, Kazizul just had a better race setup. That's it, really. I mean, I had to go serve for the whole race just to make it. And I think, like, one of the decent cars or one of the boats, it was covering the apex, so I couldn't see it. I just drove in randomly, and that's how I got my penalty. So that was really, I was extremely mad because of that. And I mean, this is probably one of my worst tracks. I thought it was all right coming after last week, but I did some testing during the week, and I found out like that I'm really not competitive around here, and I just don't like this track. So to get P2 and be so far ahead in qualifying, I mean, I'll take it. It was pretty good, and I don't know if I'm not sure if I'm first in the championship, but
You and
it's a bit
Boseman
close.
are joint first in the championship at this moment in time. So at least that's a positive
So,
to take
yeah.
from the race. But P2, still good points. What are your hopes for Japan? Is it a strong track for you?
It's probably in my top 3 favorites. I'm aiming for the win there for sure.
Okay, man. So we've got 2 drivers going for the win. Should be interesting. But well done for this race. Still got to 2nd place, and good luck for Japan, buddy. Boseman's up next. Hello, mate. So yeah, so you went on. Talk us through your qualifying, because you went out on the ultras and then you couldn't set a faster lap. Your mic's fucked up. Hello? Yeah, you got it back. There you go. Yeah, you're back. Well, yeah, you joined first in the championship, so you're still leading the championship technically. So to get a P, I think you started P9 in the end. So to get P11, it's a P3. So you still got a good race from you, fighting through the field. What are your hopes for Japan? Go on. And what? Good luck for Japan, mate, and well done for this race. What a great mic. Rocco Reggie, bro, you there?
Yeah, man.
What's up, man? So you were on the same strategy as Boastman, I believe. So talk us through the first laps. I think you was in P2 before the pit stops.
Yeah, I actually had a good start. Just followed the leaders a bit at like 2 second distance, which I thought was pretty good for me. I thought I'd fall off like 2 seconds of that, but by the time Boastman pit when I was in second, I was still only like 6 seconds off of him. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, so you had good pace, and then what happened at the end of your stint? Did your tyres just fall off the cliff or overheat because you just started going backwards behind the front runners?
Yeah, surface caught like catching me too quick. He was knocking like 2-3 seconds of lap out at the end before I pit. My tyres were gone. I couldn't reply.
So then I think you had to overtake Silas, and then your race was quite quiet, wasn't it? So I think you finished P6,
Yeah.
didn't you? Or 5?
Yeah, I had a bit of a battle with Punisher towards the end.
Punisher, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it was quite smooth sailing.
That's a good race for you. You're F2, aren't you? You drive an F2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, good race from you. And what are your hopes for Japan in F2 and maybe F1 next week?
Hopefully get like a top 7 finish or something.
What, in both?
At least get points. Yeah, in either whatever one I'd do.
Yeah.
Or maybe both.
Oh, decent. Good luck for that. Next up we've got new people joining. Felix, where are you at?
Yes.
So man, yeah, good race from you. You won the back of the top 5 battle for quite a while. Talk us through the first stint.
Yeah, so I didn't really have to pace in qualifying, but then to my own surprise, I had to pace in the race, and I felt I was really up there with the top 3. So yeah, I managed to get clean through turn 1. Didn't have the best of starts, but yeah, was clean though, so lucky to get no front wing damage. And then yeah, I had a battle with Damon, and we were catching up to the leaders. And then around lap 18, 20, I think, my internet connection stopped working, and I got kicked out, and I was pretty much out of the battle. And so yeah, from there it was pretty much a lonely race, and yeah, I finished P5, I think.
So you finished P5 because of penalties. So yeah, so you could have been a lot more, as we saw. Like, you was only 6 tenths behind Damien, and Damien ended up like driving to P2 before he retired. So do you reckon you could have maybe got a race win or a podium?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was surprised to see that I got the pace in the race. So yeah, I think I could have challenged for a podium or maybe a win. So, yeah.
What are your hopes for Japan in F2 and F1?
Sorry?
What are your hopes for Japan in F2 and F1? You hoping for a win in F2 or F1?
No, I'm really bad at Suzuka, so I will see, but I don't think so.
That's a damage limitation then. No. Well, well done for today's race. Unlucky about the disconnect, but not much you can do about that, man. Next up is, I think, Ball Boy.
Oh, it's me. Hello.
It's your turn. What's up, man? So,
Yeah.
talk us through your race. I think you pitted on lap 1, and then from there you was at the back of the grid the whole race.
Yeah, that was probably the worst performance, or the worst race I've ever done since my F1 2011 days. Absolutely, I just don't know what happened. I just kept spinning all over the place. Tyres overheating, tyre carcasses going through the roof, temperatures you know, 110, and it's just, yeah. It all unraveled in turn 4 really at the start, where I had to take the inside line into going through that long left-hander, which is turn 4, and yeah, had a half spin, hit the wall, had red front wing, and then I put on the ultras, but then I thought, well, ultras, they should be less prone to spinning, but it happened again. And then I tried the softs and I spun again. I tried putting traction on full, and I still spun. So today, I don't know. I just, yeah.
You still picked up some points.
Happy. Yeah, I mean, it was quite tense in the end, actually, because I didn't want to get beaten by an AI car, which was AIGK. So I really tried to, you know, keep calm and just, yeah, had to let through a few front runners, being 2 laps down. But yeah, this is just a really, really bad day, and I'm just hoping that we don't get any more tracks until, yeah, the finale, really, where there's turn 4 like corners where, yeah, you could spin. I
How
just
much?
don't
Just curiosity. How much ballast were you running?
I actually have no idea because I just stole the setup from time trial.
And that's probably why. Anyway, what are your hopes for Japan after this dreadful race?
Oh, hang on, there's a bit of noise in the background.
No problem.
Oh my god. I do apologise. What was the question? Was it about Japan?
Yeah, it was about Japan. Like, are you hoping not to spin out, or like actually?
So 130R is one of my most, yeah, known corners for spinning. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm hoping to get a good setup that does allow me to spin. But yeah, I have quite high hopes. I mean, you know, this Suzuka is a very nice track. I really do like the layout there. And I have never won that race, actually, just thinking back to it. But I don't think that's going to be a possibility. I'm just aiming for points, and
Yeah.
third place in the championship would be good. But I know how much Kazizel, Surface, Boastman, Felix are, you know, really upping their game at the moment, trying to take it off me. So yeah, championship-wise, it's over, but there's still third place to contend with, which is what I'm aiming for, and the constructors, of course.
Okay, well, good luck for that, and yeah, well, unlucky about today's race one. For next up, we have Pellegro.
Hello.
Hello, mate. You alright? So
Yeah,
you had
mate.
I think you were having a pretty good race. Talk us through your first few laps and how they went down.
It was a good race until I got disqualified. I got an okay start, and I take it cautious in the first corner, and I was behind ball boy, and then I saw him spin into the wall, and luckily I didn't collide with him. But yeah, and then I just ran my race, and I pitted on lap 7. I pitted for soft to go to the ends.
Yep.
But yeah, I could have been in the top 10 maybe.
Yeah, I think you were up in 7th before you got disqualified. So how did you get
Yeah.
disqualified? Was it just corner cutting?
Yeah, corner.
Oh, unlucky, mate. So yeah, unlucky about that. What are your hopes for Japan? Not to get disqualified, or to get some points?
I don't think I can. If you get disqualified by in Japan, you need because if you go right and you are on the grass and or you hit the wall, so
Yeah. So hoping
I don't
to
think
finish.
I hope just to finish in the points. So let's
Cool.
go for that.
Good luck for that, mate. And unlucky about
Thank you.
today's race, buddy. And last but not least, we have James Head, the special turn up, special guest for today's race. So yeah, he was up in I think 11th until you DNF'd. Talk us through that.
Yeah, first couple of laps I was thinking, oh, I'm getting into the swing of things. I'm going very nicely. I'm on the back of the group in front, and then bam in the wall. Goodbye my race, and goodbye my racing career.
So what happened? Did you just lose the back end and hit the wall?
Just lost it. I sort of like half recovered it. Went to the left first, and sort of half recovered it, and then just drove straight on the wall on the right hand side. Just dreadful. I can't believe there was no safety car.
Yeah, that is true. And another quick question: why didn't you save the viewers and my life and join the commentary box?
Oh, I should have. I was debating whether to commentate actually tonight, and then I thought, oh no, I may as well race. And then that is why I do not race ever. Yeah, that is why I don't race. Simple as that. That race just sums my racing career up.
Well, lucky
So
about
commentary, FRL, I'll be back. I'll be back. Don't worry, it was just a one-off.
Oh, thank God for that. But you probably won't be racing Suzuka, will you?
I won't, but I'll be hanging around the comment section, of course. So I'll be seeing what's going on. By the way, there was a crash with Carlson and X3 at the start. Carlson sort of got a tap from Silas. Came across him, I think, a little bit. Silas then went into Will, and that was directly in front of me. So.
Okay.
Just on that. Yeah, I've got video footage. If you, I'll try and get him to send it to you.
Oh, brilliant.
Alright, very good. Bulwer, quick update on your ballast. Unseen said it's a 9 or 10 ballast, so that's probably why you were spinning.
Oh, terrible.
That's why you nick Kazizzle's settle, because look who won the race tonight.
Yeah.
Big up AZL.
So yeah, that's it for Russia FRL Season 8.
Oh yes.
And tune in next week for
No,
yeah,
Christmas break next week.
Christmas break. Don't even
break
tune
next
in
week,
next
yeah.
week. No tuning in next week because Christmas.
Unless you're going to be promoting some content,
Yeah.
which is an idea.
Oh yeah, that could be potentially on the cards.
That's what we're doing for Christmas Day and Boxing Day, certainly.
Look.
Haven't announced it yet, but there we go. There's an exclusive.
So, Bulwer, anything you want to say, buddy?
Yeah, so regarding any incidents today, of course, Discord is the place to send in any footage or any concerns you have. I know a couple of things happened, so yeah, always good to for drivers to send in that if they want things to be investigated. But yeah, next week no action at all from Monday to Sunday. But of course F3 should be theoretically returning the following Monday, but that is New Year's Eve, so if we get a lot of people who can't make it because it is New Year's Eve, we will have to work around that. So yeah, there's that to deal with. But apart from that, F2, F1 should be fine. GT Sport, we're hoping to of course start a new season. We're thinking about, of course, that go-kart championship that a lot of people are interested in, and Superhero and Jack are working very tirelessly behind the scenes on that. And yeah, so not next week, but the week after we'll be back, and that'll be the Japanese Grand Prix for F1 and potentially karts, whatever one of the championship will be for that.
Oh, can I come in and say something actually at this point? Because I just want to give an update to TFRL. Anybody that is in TFRL or thingy. Of course, there's no racing tonight because I'm obviously here. No A-League, B-League next week either. We'll be returning on the 4th of January. And then GT3s start up GT Sport on the 6th. I was going to say something important. Yes, New Year's Day. Watch out on our Twitter. Watch out on PS4 because there's going to be a lot of announcements on New Year's Day. And that might include a new logo or banner. I'm not revealing which one.
Dun, dun, dun.
So nice fresh look.
But yeah,
And that's it, I
indeed
think.
for 2019, and yeah, I would just like to thank Mr. Time for Face, Mr. JRZ Rodriguez, who are the same person, by the way, for commentating despite doing, like you said, a 9-hour shift. So incredible stuff there. Commentating on his own. So yeah, big
Doozy
congratulations
Gaming.
there.
Let's send him hate messages. I reckon we should get that trending. Because
Oh yeah.
Well, he's probably shagging his bird, so yeah.
snake me out. Like
I've
that
just said that live on stream. I do apologise if he watches this back.
probably
Yeah,
not.
but-
Probably
yeah.
breaking up with his bird, but you know, it's the other way around.
Oh god.
Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, just looking at
know
the
what?
stream, yeah, I was just
Oh, God.
when I looked at the comments, I saw we had about 30 viewers watching, and that was after the race, which is something you never
That-
usually see.
Yeah, 30
Like,
viewers after the
quite
race. I
bizarre.
don't think they were watching during though.
there was
which
about
is a
9
disappointment.
viewers in the race.
Oh.
But the start of the
well.
race, it was good. I mean, yeah, the start of the race is good. That's about it.
I was watching on the stream and I was like, I'm still in the sloppy, so I can just watch the action unfold. I was like, what the hell? That was just me being weird.
Oh dear.
Ah. And
Yeah,
Damiano has no words for Cazzizzle, apparently. Even though I think that was a racing incident and he was unsighted coming into the final corner. Has to be a logical explanation.
Has to be.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened up front. Really, I didn't see.
I was right on board with Cazzizzle. The VSC came out as soon as he came out the final corner. He had to brake. I think he was about 6 or 7 tenths down on his delta, as he alluded to in his interview, which wasn't broadcast because of his voice sharing.
Dear
Um,
Cazzizzle.
I know.
It's because it's funny.
And then Damiano sort of got unsighted and just ran in the back of him and lost his right hand end plate. I think that's what happened there.
What, is he not
I'll
called
go back on
Damien?
the stream. No, I call him.
Aye.
Damiano.
I called him Damien. Oh well.
Damiano, same person.
Yep.
Pretty much.
He
Yeah.
could have won it, but oh well. Is that good? Are we all good? So
I think we're done,
Yep,
we
Stanley should be up
finished?
hopefully soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yes.
Oh, I've already done the standings.
Standings. Yeah, actually, I'll be working on them maybe now. Actually.
It's Boastman
I'm
and
good on
Surface.
Fortnite, mate.
Boastman and Surface are joined first, and that's all I know. Quick maths.
Joint first.
Yeah.
Insto.
Surface.
Surface.
Yep.
Yeah, Surface. Yeah.
Hang on, Surface is on 138 points. Bossman on 141.
Yeah, and 18,
So Surface is winning the championship.
18 and 15.
18 and 50. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he finished second, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, so Surface will be top then from Bossman because of the amount of wins. Oh well.
There you go.
All right, I think that's pretty much it. You can wrap things up. I think.
Thanks
yeah,
for
we're
watching.
very much done.
And Adidas.